guys, so this is my first time on Fireside, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of technical difficulties like the one I just had, figuring out turning off the wait bar, turning on my microphone, turning on the camera. So I really appreciate all of you for being here today and bearing with me. I am super excited for this. It's really fun to get to talk about literally my number one passion, which is fashion and everything that's going on. And there is so much going on right now in the world of fashion and how it's become so accessible to everyone. And it's not just runway, because runway trends are great, but they're not really translatable and wearable in real life. So my blog is Glamour and Gains, and I really try and show you how to make runway trends work in real life. If you follow me on YouTube, you'll be used to seeing my fur babies running around. I'm sure they'll be involved. They're super cute and they like to, if there's boxes, they'll be in the boxes. If there's clothes, they're probably chewing on the clothes, but they'll probably join in at some point. If you have any questions for me, again, I really want this to make this an interactive show. So send me your questions, send me your thoughts. I'm going to do polls throughout about the latest trends, so get your feedback, see if you're loving them, hating them, all the rest of it. If I talk too quickly, which I kind of have a tendency to do, let me know as well, because I know I have an English accent, and when I get excited about things, I tend to get really, really quick. So without any more ado, I'm going to jump into who I am. I am Eve Dawes, and how I got into fashion. So I was actually a ballerina. So I was, from the age of 3, I went to ballet classes. I started doing shows with professional companies at the age of 11. And then I did my first principal role in Sleeping Beauty at 14. And then I graduated dance school at 19, Central School of Ballet, and started touring. So that really got me into everything really, really feminine, really fitted, structured styles. I love tulle, I love tutus, think Carrie Bradshaw, less ballerina. The high heels don't bother me if they're uncomfortable, because hey, point shoes, I'll take high heels any day. And then again, like the big eyelashes, the red lips, just everything really glam and feminine, but still very polished and elegant. And that's just from my ballet background. So how I got from ballet to fashion is I married someone in the fashion world, and he has his own clothing company. So that kind of got me into that world. And then in 2014, I started doing pageants. I just moved to Las Vegas from LA, and I wanted a way to get involved with the world here, the community and philanthropy. So very philanthropic. I was volunteering as a personal trainer at the Blind Center of Nevada, and I wanted to promote it because I heard these stories about blind people sat at home in the dark, not able, they didn't know about their blind center. So it was raising awareness for it. And I'm like, well, they can't see, like, why are you promoting it on social media? It was like, they can't, but other people can, and they can. You have readers, they know what's going on. So I really wanted to raise awareness for the blind center. So that's how I got into pageants. And obviously pageants is all about the big hair, lots of makeup, lots of sequins, everything glamorous. So that's kind of how I got into the fashion world. That's how I got involved with Faviana, which is a company in New York, and I was Miss Faviana in 2017. So I got to fly out to New York. I did their East Coast Oscar viewings party, got to wear all their fabulous gowns. So if you're not familiar with Faviana, it's kind of very graduation, prom, going out gowns, like very, very glam. So everything's kind of like that. But don't worry, it's not all going to be glam on here. It is all about like that high-low style. So finding those statement pieces, so signature things, and then pairing it with things from the high street. So like a pair of Chanel earrings with something cheap and cheerful. So anyway, that's about me. My blog is glamourandgains.com if you want to check it out. And then, so this week's fashion buzz, the thing I'm loving the most this week is I really, really liked the Carrie Bradshaw this week. The first 2 episodes of And Just Like This, if you're watching it on HBO Max, I was really disappointed with the fashion, because literally the best dress I could think of was Lily's Oscar de la Renta. Now, when you're looking at Charlotte's daughter's fashion, like, come on, girls, let's step it up. So episode 3, Carrie Bradshaw is wearing, so she was the original OG, bringing, like, made the Fendi bag, the it bag, the baguette bag, back in, like, we're going back 20 years now, late 90s. And now she just had the most fabulous purple sequin Fendi baguette bag in the last episode. but it's over £2 even on sale. I did find it on sale, and I'm going to put all of these later in links on the blog. I'll do a Fireside episode for this with all the links to everything I'm talking about, because I can't do pictures in pictures here. I'm nervous about sharing things here because of copyright. So hers, I just did a blog post on it. I did find a dupe of the Fendi bag. It's this gorgeous purple sequin bag. It's the baguette, it's the flat bag. It doesn't have like the double F logo, obviously. It's not a counterfeit, it's not a fake. It's just a very similar bag, and it's $37. So that is my winning thing, and that would be amazing for, think, New Year's parties and everything like that. And then, okay, so every week I'm kind of going to do a very, very similar format because it's my first week. And if you don't like a certain section of the show, let me know, because I will skip it the next time. I want you guys to like this to be your show, and you can build it. And I'm going to talk a lot this time because obviously it's my first show. I don't have a lot of viewers. I don't have a lot of Q&As. So my favorite look of the week was, I've got notes here. So if you wonder why I'm looking this way, all my notes are here, were Camila Coelho at Art Basel. Now she had this monochromatic white look, and you might think, okay, white, monochromatic in the middle of winter, what are you smoking, Eve? Because it doesn't sound the most practical. But if you do a lot of self-tanner like I do, I would definitely wear a lot of self-tanner if you're not naturally tanned. She had these white leg sequin pants, this crop top, a white Chanel bag, and it just looked, I love white in the winter. I think it looks so crisp and fresh and classic. But just like the way it was shaped with the bralette with the wide leg was such a classic, like a trendy, on-trend silhouette that I loved. And if you didn't like, or if you don't like white for winter, you could just do it in black. So it's taking these things that we see, and then how are you going to make it work for you? If you don't like white, turn it to black. Crop top, not so much in the middle of winter when we're eating all the Christmas food and drinks. Maybe wear it with a bodysuit. But that whole monochromatic look, and it looks so chic with like the sleek ponytail. And again, if you want the crop top, but you're not so sure about it, or it's too cold, maybe you're East Coast, I'm Vegas, so we don't have to worry about it so much, throw over a long blazer, do a lot of layering that crop length with the longer length. Not only is it flattering, especially if you're short like I am, at creating a longer silhouette, it's just really flattering. You don't have to worry about sucking it in all night either. So that's kind of a way to do it. I'm going to put the Instagram link to it as well if you're not following her, because that piece was amazing. So I just want to check that you are all here, that you can all react with me and everything else. And I'm going to roll in the rack. So I want to show you what I'm wearing this week as well. So every week I'm going to do the top trend of the week, what the buzz is, which was Sarah Jessica Parker's Fendi bag. Then we had the look of the week, which is Camila Coelho with her white monochromatic look. And then I'm going to show you what I'm wearing this week and kind of how I'm mixing the high-low and what I'm wearing. It's Christmas, so obviously loads of sequins this week, but there's also times where I'm just chilling around the house or doing some last-minute running around errands. So again, there's lots of sparkle, lots of coordinate sets. What I'm really into right now are these shrug sets. So this is actually a tank dress with a matching shrug, because I'm either too hot or too cold. I love a sweater dress, but normally if I'm inside, I just get way too hot. So I find this way I'm able to layer, and because it screws up smaller than a coat, I can throw it in my purse, no problem, and just put it on in it, and this neckline's easy to get on and off. And again, this was a really, really affordable outfit, but if you just start accessorizing, there he is, fur baby number one. You can really elevate an outfit, whether it's just some simple earrings, or whether it's a classic belt that's gonna last forever, and then it doesn't matter. Oh, and I have, so if you follow me, you know I'm a big fan of Sarah Flint heels, because they have the extra arch support, padding in the soles, and I can wear these all day. I'm gonna give you, if you want $50 off your first pair, it's just Sarah Flint, BAEVE, and that'll give you $50 off your first pair. I'll put a link in later. But let me wheel in the goodies. Okay, so I am going to a Christmas show tonight. So this is what I'm going to wear. It's a high neck lace number. Puff sleeves are still in if you're wondering, but this is, they're not, I kind of want them a bit more statement. If I did anything, I would do it more statement. The tulle is really cool for Christmas. Red, obviously, to go with a red lip. And then I'm going to put a Chanel brooch on the waistline just to give it a bit of pop. And what I love this time of year is I'm really, really into festive things. So I'm going to wear these gold earrings tonight. And then for the other dress I'm going to show you, I also have them in silver, because these are just super inexpensive accessories that just look so festive in the winter, like little snowflakes. And then this is what I have for another Christmas party. Again, like all the sequins are really in right now. As I just said about Carrie Bradshaw, Sarah Jessica Parker in the Sex and the City reboot, she's wearing that purple sequin Fendi bag. So sequins are just so cool. And I love that this is silver and red and that it's backless, but it has some long sleeves. So if you're cold, like especially if you're at a theatre or you're at a restaurant, sometimes the AC is blasting. So both of these are long sleeve. Should I show you my New Year? I'm going to save my New Year's dress for the next episode. But the cozy knits I'm talking about, the shrug sets, are things like this. And it's just such a pretty shade. I know I'm wearing black today. I've been trying to avoid black in the winter as much and trying to go through. It is a two-piece set. So it's a good transitional season piece. So if you want to wear that for spring or now, you totally could. And then if you're too cold, pop this over the top. And then throw on a blazer, throw on your jacket, throw on your scarf. Really, really easy layering. If you're in London and you're on the underground, sometimes it gets too hot there as well. I like this with a belt, and I also like it with white boots. I think the white boots look fresher, like white knee-high boots under a midi is going to make it look fresher than black boots and goes better with this shade of blue. So that's also on my list this week. Also have a roll neck black sweater dress. This one you can belt if you're going out in the evening. I tend to not belt it, but the back is sheer on it as well. So when you're looking for these sweater dresses, just try and find something that makes them a little unique, that makes them a little special, or have a way of making them kind of like a little bit special, whether that's a belt, whether that's your accessories, whatever you do, just to kind of elevate it a little bit. And the same, if I was cold going out in this dress, I would just probably throw on some logo tights underneath, which is still trending, or I would, that's going to be distracting in the background, isn't it? What is all that? Or I would throw on some knee-high boots. So knee-high boots under midi dresses are another big trend as well. So what else? Oh, so if you want to know what's trending now for winter, because we're getting into that, some few pieces. So rather than doing like a whole wardrobe overhaul, I tend to buy a few pieces each season. I can mix and match. So say these, I can mix and match. I could put this with a tank top and jeans, easy. I'm all about trying to be really responsible with shopping as much as I do fashion. It's not about replenishing your whole wardrobe every season. It's about a few pieces you can mix and match to try and make it look more fashion forward. So one of the things right now that you can do with pieces you already have is that color clash. Whether you love it or hate it, it's in. And again, with trends, I feel like fashion is one of those things, it's about being able to express yourself and making it unique. So if there's something you don't like, skip it. Like, I'm not a big fan of clashing colors, but if you are, red and pink, green and blues, anything like that is really, really popular. And it's just a great way of kind of adding some color on a really dark, dreary day as well. It's kind of, I think it's nice when it's a grey day to like be wearing something bright and vibrant and it just cheers you up. Because if you're like me, I find when it's cold and grey, I just get really like seasonal depression and just don't feel good. When I lived in LA and we were by the beach, I even had like a blue light on my desk. It didn't do anything, but I tried. The other thing is après-ski, and if you saw House of Gucci, I did kind of a whole dupe of all of her, my favorite outfits on that movie from her. And she, as much as hers was ski, she also had that, oh my God, that amazing red ski outfit with the Dior goggles. But that's kind of like, that's a bit over the top for après-ski in everyday life. If you find like an oversized puffer jacket, not only is it functional, it's also in fashion, and it doesn't have to be black this season. Look for like the bright red ones. Have fun with it. Like, it doesn't have to be black. The pattern knits, whether that's the Argyle, just leave the ski pants and leave the goggles, you know, for the slopes. But there's so much of that après-ski look that you can make look cute. Because I know some of it, when it first came out, I was like, no, I'm not wearing the Argyle, I'm not wearing that. But some of the things like the puffer with the faux fur collars are just super cute and actually really wearable. So that's a way of making a runway trend work in real life and on a lower budget as well. Head to toe leather. This is a really fun trend I actually like, and you can also find a lot of good vegan pieces. So if you're worried about having leather, there are a lot of good vegan leather. Like Stella McCartney is brilliant for doing vegan leather. And then when you're thinking leather, it can look a little bit biker chic. Think more kind of feminine chic than biker for this look. Think kind of tailored skirts or midi-length skirts than leather shorts. And then the jackets, a motto jacket's fine as well, but they've also been doing kind of button-down shirts that are belted with them, and that looks really cute. So you can kind of look at lots of different fashion magazines for inspiration and other places. So I've got a crazy hair there that's bugging me. So that head to toe leather is super practical right now because it's so warm and cozy. And if you get that buttery soft leather, if you have stuff in your wardrobe and you think shorts are too cold for this time of year, or skirts, put some tights underneath, put some over the knee boots, really think about that layering. And that's an easy way to make that work kind of this time of the year. And then starting to go through to spring, you can start taking some layers off, wearing the crop top with the leather skirt, with the leather pants. And that's a really, really good look to make work for a couple of seasons. Faux fur coats. I have had a suede and faux fur collar coat for over 10 years. And I got it from, like, literally, I think I got it from Armani Exchange when I was living in Sacramento. And it's one of those coats, because it's black and because it's suede, it's that mid-length, it's one of those classic styles that really hasn't gone out of style, but it's completely worn out now because I've loved it so much. I'm on the hunt for another one. But if you find one, drop me a link to it and I'll share it as well. But that is a really, really good trend, whether you're doing a puffer jacket with the faux fur, whether you're doing a whole teddy coat. There are so many ways to make that work for you and whatever your style is. And then the last trend I'm going to leave you with this week is those geometric prints. I love tartan in December. I think or even like red plaid, but I prefer tartan, I think, because of my British roots. It's just one of those things that just looks so festive to me, especially in that red. I'm wearing it either with black velvet leggings, with jeans, whether it's a dress. I just think it's a really, really festive print that just makes me happy this time of year, and it kind of like that vintage Christmas feel. And it's one of those prints that's not going to date as well, especially with how you style it and what you kind of buy it in. So I would just say, when you're buying tartan, look for something that's more of a classic shape than being too on trend if you want to get more than one season's wear from it. All right, that is kind of like going to be the start of my show every week, where I do that. It'll be like the first 15 minutes, except for I'm not going to do the intro every week because you'll know me by then. I want to do a hit and miss poll with you guys. So I'm going to try and look at how we do this. Bear with me 2 seconds. I told you there would be a lot of issues with this. So hi Woody, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me on my first show and bearing with all the technical things. I appreciate you. So let me see. I can't see how to do polls on here. I thought you could do live Q&As. So if you know how to do that, let me know. I know how to invite you to the stage. I know how to mute the sound effects. I don't want to mute them. Okay, I'm going to figure out that for the next show, because I can't see my fortune cookies either, and there should be fortune cookies so I can share them with you, or the links I'm talking about. But instead of the live Q&A, I can do this. So if the trends I'm not sure about right now are definitely like lug boots. So if you like lug boots, clap, give me some sound effects so I know, give me some reaction so I know you like them. If you don't, give me a reaction so I know you don't like them. Personally, I'm not a big fan. I understand them. I understand that they're practical. I get that if you're in the East Coast or in Europe during the snow markets, that thick, non-slip rubber sole is going to be helpful. But for me, I like a stiletto heel. Not in the snow, but just for everyday walking around, I don't think there's any need for a lug boot right now. But I did do a post on them because it's one of those things that I feel like, if you're going to follow a trend, you might as well look for the best of them. And I've done like the designer through to the luxe for less styles on there, the white, the black, the ankle, the knee high, and the over knee, everything. So there really is something for everyone. I do have a pair, but they are white snow boots, and I literally only wear them if I'm going to go walking in the snow. It's just not my style. So that's kind of a trend I'm passing on this season. The other trend is sheer trends, is the sheer layers. So sheer layers to me, Again, it can be very hit and miss. It's one of those styles. I think it depends what it is. So I have a couple of lace shirts, and I got them in black and white because I love them so much. And they're sheer and then lace, and they've got the big bow. If you've seen the Lamborghini wine ad, it's the one I'm wearing in that, the white one. And I layered it with a tank top underneath and wearing it with jeans. It's one of those pieces that's just easy to work with. But a totally sheer dress that just kind of has like pasties or sheer underwear underneath, I'm not the biggest fan of. I know they're on the runways. I've seen influencers wearing like these sheer dresses where you can see like the G-string underneath. I'm just going to be opinionated on the show because it's my show and it can be. I just don't personally like them. I think they look really pretty on the runway. I like seeing the influencers wearing them. I just won't wear it out. But there are ways to wear the sheer layers. Like I said, if you're wearing a tank top or a pretty bra with a sheer top over the top, or if you're wearing a skirt that has a sheer layer over the top or layers at all, I think that's a really cute way of being able to wear sheer layers. And then the last trend I'm hitting this on is, again, the après ski. When I first saw it, I was like, oh no, I'm not wearing those ugly sweaters, like just not cute. But when you're looking at some of the other ways of wearing it, like those puffer jackets, obviously not ski pants, not goggles, but some of the other ski trends out there, some of the cuter, there's actually a really cute one on Revolve right now that just says après ski. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek. I think that's a really cute way of doing it with a nice pair of jeans, a nice pair of flat knee-high boots. That's kind of a way of getting into the après ski trend without looking like you should be in a ski lodge or off the slopes. That's it. So I'm going to keep the show really short and sweet this week until I start getting you guys more involved. So I do want to have you guys involved. So the way to do it is to send me an email. It's my name, EVE dot or period, whatever you want to call that, D for Delta, AWES @gmail.com. Send me what you want to see on this show. Send me your fashion questions. If you want to be on the show, send me an email and ask to be on the show. Say, hey, I need help styling this for this wedding. I need help finding a dress under $100 for this wedding. I need help finding a little black dress. I need to know what shoes, what accessories to wear with this outfit. I really like this trend, but I saw this influencer wearing it, but I don't know how to make it work. Send me questions like that, anything with fashion. And then if you want to tune in, I'll tell you what week I'm going to have you as a guest on the show. And then we'll get you, like, I'll just put you add to stage, we'll get you on. Even if you want to call in, like do a video call from your closet, we can see in there, or show me your outfit. That's going to be the best way to do it. Send me pictures of your outfit, send me your Instagram, whatever you want to do. This is really, really your show. I want to have you guys basically lead it, and I'll just be giving you my opinion and advice on it. But that's why if you send me your emails in advance or message me on Instagram, it's Glamour and Gains, but Glamour with a U. I can look up stuff in advance for you, so I really have time to do my research and find things. Basically, think of me as your free personal shopper, so I can hunt down things for you. Let me know your budget as well, because that's really important. There's no point me going for one thing if you're looking for totally another. And if they, like, just all the specifics, if it has to be vegan, if it has to be cruelty free, like, you'll know the beauty of my blog is only cruelty free. So definitely, like, just tell me as much information as you can so I can really, really nail this for you. That is it. I think that's it for this week. I think you can find me on Instagram at Glamour and Gains. My blog is glamourandgains.com, and my YouTube channel is Eve Dawes. Thank you so much for listening to me, watching me this first episode. I really appreciate you. And if I don't speak to you before, have an amazing Christmas if you celebrate. If not, I will talk to you just before the new year. Bye.